Hey there guys, Pwnobi here. It is a Thursday morning, the 24th. That means it is Thanksgiving for those of us in America. For my foreign subscribers, that means it is just an awesome Thursday morning for you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully you're going to have an awesome day today. It is such a beautiful day outside. I decided to do this little face interactive thing. I don't do these very much just because my webcam quality, as you can probably tell, is such shit. And also, it's usually so bright in my room that you can't even see my face half the time. But it seems to be fairly manageable right now, so I thought I would do this quick little intro. And before we get into today's game, which is going to be a 5th generation NU tier game that I actually got off the Smogon Battle Finder, which I'd never used before, and I thought Smogon Battle Finder was actually really convenient and really awesome. So if you've never done that, I would definitely recommend heading over to Smogon.com and checking out their Battle Finder if you're having trouble finding games. But regardless, I'm not going to get sidetracked again, I promise. Oh yeah, I am planning on uploading a couple videos. In fact, I'll probably upload the first one around the same time I do this video, so there should be a link somewhere. It's going to be basically the thought process of me making a team, and it's not like a generic guide, it's not that sort of thing. You can find those on Pokemosh etc. But what this is it's me screen recording the literal thought process of me making a team. It's me sitting down and making a team and recording it for you guys, because I know that there are at least a couple of you that have asked me how I make teams, what's the thought process in it, and even if you haven't asked, I figure there's at least a couple of you guys that would find it to be a nifty little thing to put on in the background while you're fucking cleaning your room or doing whatever else it is you fancy kids do. So that's about it for me. Hey there guys, Pwnobi here bringing you the Pokemon Narrated Wi-Fi battle, of course. This is going to be a 5th generation NU tier match, perhaps one of the first I've uploaded, if not the first, I don't really recall. You can see my team on the bottom there. This is just one of my NU tier teams that I've been testing, having a lot of fun with. You can see my opponents on the top. His name is like FatalFatalities, I believe. There is a link in the description to his YouTube channel. He does have one. He hasn't uploaded battles as of yet, but I spoke with him and he did say that he was intending to start that. So hey, you know, maybe you go check it out sometime, see what his first video looks like, etc. Anyways, I'm leading off my Marigold because I figured he was going to lead off with his Scolipede, and my Marigold has Stealth Rocks on it, so I wanted to be able to get those up as soon as possible, especially after seeing that he had a Drifbloom and a Mantine with no Rapid Spinner, because there's not a lot of Rapid Spinners in the NU environment, even less than in 4th gen with Sandslash being RU. So knowing that he's just going to keep setting up spikes, and sadly, without much for me to be able to do to stop him, I'm just going to go to my Dasodon, nicknamed after the original name of this guy, Garbodor, which was Dasu, and then the latter half being Dun from Hayden, because I saw Hayden use this guy, and it made me look at him, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I'm just setting up the spikes while he continues to set up his spikes. So obviously this game is going to be really heavy with entry hazards, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it plays out. He swaps out to his Raichu here, not sure exactly what he wants to do. If you notice the team preview, our teams are actually kind of similar in the way they function. We both have those poison guys to set up spikes. Poison types are just really, really important in the NU tier right now, because with toxic spikes being so prevalent and with there being so many good wall options, you have to have something to counter that. So anyway, he's going to go into his Man-type with a Volt Switch, but unfortunately for him, I'm max HP, max special defense, so I took that Volt Switch incredibly well, and I was able to just hit him with a Gunk Shot, which has incredibly high base power, and I'm guessing that since he's a Mantine, he is specially defensive, so he didn't actually take that all too well. So I'm going to go into my Magneton here, just so I can go for the Volt Switch, get some Switch initiative. Obviously, if he stays in, he's going to be dead, and if he switches out, he's going to take a lot of entry hazards, and then I'm going to be able to switch into a favorable matchup for me, and hopefully make him switch again, which will just make those entry hazards rack up all the more. So he's actually going to Death Fodder his Scolipede. I actually got a critical hit, which was kind of bad for me, to be honest, because it means that now I have to send out my poke first, which means that he gets to choose what he wants to go into to counter me. So I go into my Alomomola just because it is the most reliable thing I can go into right now. The Raichu switch from him is pretty obvious, but since Raichu doesn't have recovery and since he doesn't have Wish on his team, it's at least going to wear his Raichu down. So I decided to fodder my my Garbodor, my Dasu, my Dasodon, Dasu, because with his Scolipede gone, I don't have to worry about the threat of Toxic Spikes, And since his Raichu just took heavy damage from switching in on all those entry hazards, and it'll have to switch in again, and the Volt Switch was pretty obvious, I thought that sacrificing him was the best choice. So I bring back in my Alomomola just because I don't really want to bring in my Magneton, knowing that Raticate can have Sucker Punch, and I'm at really low health, so it would be able to take me out. And my Slacking, I could have brought in Slacking, but he still has Drifbloom, so I can't afford to go for the normal move. And it just didn't seem like anything else was a good play. So he got a crit with his Facade right there, which actually did matter because he's not Adamant, as you can see here, because he does outspeed my Adamant Slacking. So that's really unfortunate for me, but at least I am going to be able to get the Pursuit off, which is going to be able to take him out. So that was a good play on my part going for the Pursuit there, because if he had stayed in and gone straight for the Facade, that really could have sucked. But regardless, I'm going to switch out to my Magneton on his Mantine, predicting him to go either for the Rest or whatever support move his Mantine carries. And thankfully for me, he went for the Aqua Ring, because getting a free switch into this Magneton was going to be a real pain in my ass. It's going to be really hard considering all the entry hazards. But somehow I managed to do it, which is really useful because it's going to give me pretty good damage output here. This is actually a Scarf Magneton, Modest Nature. Because even with a timid nature, with a Scarf, he still outspeeds things like Tauros or Seviper, or not Seviper, what's that new grass poke? I forget what its name is. But it still outspeeds stuff like that and Scolipede, even with a Modest Nature. So he's going to go into this guy after Death Foddering his Raichu. I kind of thought that was a bad play. I sort of thought he should have just left his Mantine in to die, because his Raichu gives him switch advantage and it would have been able to do a lot more damage. But regardless, you can see that I'm speeding this part up as I go into my Musharna. This is a specially defensive Musharna with Calm Mind, designed to pretty much set up and go with Stored Power. Stored Power is a move that starts with like 20 base power and gets 20 more base power for every boost you get. And since Calm Mind gives you special attack and special defense, that's going to be 2 boosts per move, which is going to increase its base power by 40. So once you can find a poke like this Regirock to set up on, Stored Power is going to be a monster of a move. And then to round out the set, as you could see, I had Moonlight to recover, and I actually have Hidden Power Bug. Normally you would see Hidden Power Fighting coupled with Psychic, but I'm opting to go for Hidden Power Bug for quite a few reasons, actually. But regardless, this game is just about over. I was able to set up on him on his Regirock. He stayed in kind of as a death fodder to get a free switch to Drifbloom, and he didn't realize that I was going to have the Calm Mind, and that kind of bit him in the ass because he tried to play the luck game, and he got haxed over pretty badly with Parahacks and such. Not that I think it really would have mattered, but that's pretty much going to be the game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know that was a really fast game, and I also sped it up quite a lot, and I was trying to explain some of the roles that these pokes play in the team. Whereas with a team that you're more familiar with, I could have just been a little bit more straightforward with the narration. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I think that this is a really fun team. I think it's a really amazing tier. I'm really liking 5th generation NU right now, so if you guys want to let me know what you think of 5th gen NU, go ahead and leave a comment. Feel free to check out my Facebook for more video updates and all that kind of crap. You know the deal. And yeah, I will link the thought process of the making of this team if you're interested in that. And that's about it for today. So have an amazing Thanksgiving, guys. Thanks for all your support. I really appreciate it. You guys have been there for me for, a long time. And I'm really thankful for you guys. So that's about it. And I will catch you guys later.